In today's project we're going to make a simple bin, but we're going to be using some of the properties I like about a KeyKeg, unlike other kegs, is because of the dual skin. We're going to use that property to help us make a better bin. Now, one of the reasons I'm also making this bin, and it's not a very hard project, is because I have here a KeyKeg that is a little bit deformed. Now, normally I try and avoid these and leave them with the person that I'm collecting kegs from, but this one went unnoticed, and while I have tried to get the kinks out, and most of the time they do, this one refuses. So if you have a KeyKeg which has kinks in it, don't throw it away, make it into a bin to throw stuff into to throw away. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this kinky 30-litre KeyKeg and make a bin, and then put in a bin liner. Now for this bin I'm going to use both the inner and outer skins of the KeyKeg, but I do not want the top. So what I'm going to do is going to remove the top, and of course before you start poking holes into your KeyKeg, do make sure it's deflated first. This one is, because it's quite springy, not tingy. So I'm going to use my trusty soldering iron just to mark the outer skin so I can get the scissors in there, and I'm going to use the label as my straight line. Again, as I've said before, when you're using the scissors, you just really want to put a hole in the outer skin and do not try and poke the inner skin. In this case, for making the bin, it's not that critical, but if this is your first project, then that's something you need to practice. And since I found there's one side to use the scissors, I'm going to have to turn this keg round. So if I'm going to bend the plastic, I want to bend the plastic in the bit I'm going to not use anymore, and that way I keep as clean an edge as possible. Done that. Now I'm going to use the electric scissors. Now I need to use a hammer to bang through and take the handle off. Now we're going to use this bit of plastic here, and you'll see why in a moment, but you don't have to do this if you want a simpler bin, and you really can't get much simpler than this. So I'm going to make a band, and I'm going to use about 3 inches, and this is where we're going to use the unique property of a KeyKeg because it's double skinned. So we're going to put another hole here, and I'm going to remove this top section of the inner KeyKeg. Now you may be wondering why I didn't cut both liners at once. Well, the reason I didn't do that is because my electric scissors aren't quite up to the job. So what I'm going to do is going to run a pen around this so I can still keep a clean line, just in case the white labelling moves. And also, leaving this on makes the whole thing rigid. Now, as you'll see later, by removing this top half of the inner liner, it goes a bit, I would say, bendy. So we want to try and keep this KeyKeg as stiff as possible to help us do the cutting. So this is the band we're going to use later, and you'll see why. Now I'm going to cut off the top half of this inner KeyKeg. Right. It appears we have some beer still remaining. I'll have to clean this up before I go any further, otherwise I'm just going to step in it everywhere. So hold on a sec.
1 hour later.
Now you could leave the KeyKeg bin just like this and it will work perfectly well as a bin. But I don't want the label, so I'm going to remove that. And this is one of the other properties of a KeyKeg, is that you can remove the inner liner from the outer, like so. Now, you could leave it like this and have a transparent bin, but I did mention earlier that I was going to use a bin liner. And this is where the property of these two skins come in. Now here is a typical bin liner, very light plastic. I think it is for a 30 litre bin. So this is good because this is a 30 litre KeyKeg. Now, oh, I've managed to open this bag up. There you go. And what's good about this bin, and the clue is in that label I just took off, is if you put the edges around, then take the bit of plastic that you removed earlier. You've got a clamp for the bin liner bag, and there you go. Now, that's it for this project. Very simple. If you liked it, then please do give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you want to see more projects in the future, do hit that subscription button. Be sure to turn on notifications. Keep well, keep safe, and I'll catch up with you guys next time.